What's up guys, the Panthers here and welcome to another free unlockable team of the season video. This time around guys, my main man Gonalons is in packs. As you can see, I've already got him in the squad because I'm recording the intro after I've recorded the outro, and the reason why I'm recording the intro after I recorded the outro is because it took me so goddamn long to win it that I ended up trying like several different teams and several different iterations of the teams that I had. So I thought, let me win it first, then I can show you that, then I can build the team for the intro and that will be the winning team, which is exactly what we're going to do. Now, this is the prize for winning it, is obviously Maxime Gonalons. Next up, you get the 25k pack and another player. I can't remember who. It might be Lucas. Is it Lucas? It might be Lucas. I don't know. But they're obviously not team of the season versions. They're just regular gold versions. He's got an amazing card and would definitely fit into many people's French teams or League One teams or hybrid teams. Very nice indeed. So the team that we won it with, guys, is going to be, in goal is going to be Ruffier. Let me just switch this to League One so that we can sort through the players easier. Now, you've obviously got some options for goalkeepers. I use Ruffier. Honestly, he's not a great goalkeeper. I thought he would be amazing because of how good his stats are. 95 diving, 94 handling, 96 reflexes, and 95 positioning. I thought he'd be a really good goalkeeper. But in actuality, he concedes unbelievable amounts of long shots. Like, if you ever come up against Ruffier, just long shot him, because he dives for them all the time, but he never gets them, and he parries so many shots. It was very frustrating to play with him. In at the right back spot, guys, we have got Fabinho. Now, Fabinho actually has a really good card, like really well rounded. He's almost in the Hullet gang, the 80 plus gang, apart from that 72 shooting. He's got decent pace, not amazing, but decent pace. Really nice passing, dribbling, defending, and physical. And then on the left-hand side, very similar stats to Fabinho, but is in the Hullet gang, is Maxwell. Maxwell also with the 80 pace, 85 shot, 90 passing, 88 dribbling, really nice defending and physical. And I don't know if he's left-footed. He is left-footed with a 2-star weak foot, but I actually score a goal with Maxwell, which was a great goal. You can see that I've got 2 red cards. That was me on the way to trying to win this, getting red cards with Maxwell, because I struggled a lot. So I did actually use as well Sidibe here from time to time for a game. Decent alternative if you guys want to use him. The defense I actually found very good. I enjoyed using the defense. I thought they were absolutely solid. The 2 centre backs, one of the best centre back pairings you're going to get in the game. 82 pace and 80 pace, 96 defending and 90 defending, 89 physical and 87 physical between the 2 of them. Phenomenal stats, and I think they both have 3-star skill moves as well, which they do. 3-star, 3-star, which can be very handy. The only problem that you might find with these 2 centre backs is they both have high attacking work rates, which, if you play a defensive-minded game, can be problematic. For me, I play a very attacking-minded game where my aim in FIFA is basically to score more than my opponent. So having high attacking work rate doesn't really bother me too much. Now, into the centre midfielders, guys, I've got an interesting one thrown in here. And that is that pack-pulled Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He actually plays really, really well as a midfielder for the simple fact that he's got medium-low work rate, so he sits nice and deep and kind of behind the attack line. He's 6'5", so he wins unbelievable amounts of aerial balls. 4-star, 4-star, 94 passing, 95 physical, and as we've experienced so many times before, stand tackle and slide tackle are irrelevant in this game because it doesn't matter how good they are, the game still favours people that slide tackle. So as a centre midfielder, I think Zlatan is perfect in my opinion. As a cam or a CM, he's absolutely perfect. Matuidi, another Hullet gang member, although I know Hullet gang's not in it, the 80 club I think we're calling it. Phenomenal midfielder. The only thing that is like relatively disappointing about him is his shooting. Pace is fine, defending and physical is great. Lack of skill moves can be problematic at times, but one of the biggest problems I found throughout playing this tournament several times was that quite often Matuidi would be the guy on the end of a through ball or something like that, or on a cross with a header, and he would just miss the target, and it was really, stuff that should have been a goal. Then for me, one of the best players in the team, Hatem Ben Arfa, 5-star skill moves, medium-low work rates, incredibly well-rounded card, and with 87 physical as well at 5'10", you really feel his presence on the team. He's rapid, he's got a great shot. Obviously the 5-star skill moves is very important. In at left forward spot, guys, we've got Buffal. I was really disappointed with Buffal. I think my biggest problem is I don't particularly like people that are short and have bad physical stats, and that's exactly what Buffal has. His pace and dribbling are good, his shooting's good, even though he only scored 3 goals in 8 games with 3 assists. 4-star, 5-star, he's got everything that you would typically want and look for, except he just gets bullied very easily from defenders. And in the right forward spot, guys, we have got Angel Di Maria. Now, I did pack him as well. 6 goals and 3 assists in the 13 games I played with him so far. Good player, The problem with him is, that I found through this anyway, is that because he's got a 2-star weak foot, that does cause you issues. So many times I'd get in behind with him, and because he's the right forward, usually like my right forward would cut in, hit the ball with his left foot. But those times where he went through the middle and then you like edged out to the right to finesse it around the keeper, that 2-star weak foot just isn't good enough. It just doesn't, it doesn't cut the mustard. So there was problems with Di Maria. And then last but not least, guys, the striker, an absolute waste of space. Honestly, do not invest your coins in this Lacazette. He is tragic. 3 goals in 8 games for him. 95 pace, 94 shooting, 4-star, 4-star, high, medium. You would think great things of him. He missed sitter after sitter after. He could have honestly had 20 goals, and he just missed so many chances. I was really disappointed with his card, and thankfully I never have to use it again. So that is a team that we ended up using, guys. Let's get into the gameplay. Okay, guys, so into the gameplay we go, and the first opponent we come up against has got a 4-1-2-1-2 team. Very nice team. That Buffal card up front. He's got that Ndoye card at the right centre mid. I'm not so sure I'll play him there. I know he's got like a fantastic, well-rounded card, but he does lack a little bit in the pace department. And yeah, personally, I wouldn't go for him in that position. I'd much rather play like a Matuidi or something. But the game started off pretty poorly for me, and as you would have heard from like the intro of the video, I was really struggling with Lacazette, Buffal, and Di Maria up front. And in hindsight, I probably should have tried, like, maybe putting Ben Yedder up there. I maybe should have gone for Lucas at right wing, who I find amazing in this game. Maybe I should have tried like Lavezzi up at left forwards, and just gone for some goal counterparts. But every one of these player unlocks I've done so far, I've done with a full blue team, and I wanted to keep that going. So we end up getting back into the game with a great Ben Arfa goal, and then Lacazette finally put a chance in the back of the net to make it 2-1. And not too shortly after that, Fabinho there steals the ball. And I actually thought the defence was fantastic. I didn't really concede many goals this whole tournament. I think I conceded 2 this whole run. And even in the games that I lost before this, the ones that I didn't show you guys because I didn't win the tournament, I was dominating people like what you're about to see with these match stats, but I just couldn't get the ball in the back of the net. So I was losing like 1-0 or 2-1. And look at those stats. My opponent just had the 1 shot. Absolutely domination. How I only scored 3 goals with that caliber of players on the field, I don't know. Into the next round, we come up against a 182 team. He's got Lacazette up front, Lucas, and Tep. And Tep, a guy that a lot of you guys recommended me to get in instead of Buffal. Apparently, he's actually very good in this game. Obviously, I didn't use him. But this guy's got really good centre-backs. Perrin and David Luiz, both absolutely phenomenal. I've used Perrin in draft before, like his informed versions and such, and he does play really well. And once again, I end up conceding the first goal here. Good tackle there from David Luiz. It falls back to Valbuena, and he gets just a great shot off. And that's Ruffier again, just conceding a long shot. It was a good shot, don't get me wrong. But you expect a 92 rated goalkeeper with high 90s for every attribute to be able to save something like that. And once again in this game, it was a game where I was just absolutely dominant from start to finish, and I still struggled to get going. Eventually pulled myself back into the game after 30 minutes there with a lovely Di Maria goal, the drag back push forward, evaded David Luiz, the defender, and then 5 minutes before half time, we pick up the ball here with Hatton Ben Arfa. Beautiful ball roll past the first defender, beautiful ball roll past the second defender. Lacazette there with the drag back, finds Matuidi. Matuidi on his weaker right foot finds the back of the net, and we go 2-1 up at the half. I think it finished 2-1 in half time here. Into the second half now. Beautiful little roulette there from Ben Arfa. The guy who put in a good tackle, I got a little bit lucky to pull it back. Lacazette there finds a nice little bit of space with a stop and turn, sees Ibra in the box, and that is what I said to you guys at the very start of the video, and maybe at the end of the video as well, that you're going to hear that. Ibra just does Ibra, man. As a centre midfielder, I really enjoyed him. 65th minute we get here with Matuidi again, threads it through to Di Maria into Buffal, and this is probably one of 2 clips you're going to see from Buffal, because he did nothing, like all 4 games he did basically nothing. Lacazette picks up the ball, Ibrahimovic, Di Maria, back to Lacazette. Now that is a beautiful team goal. Really well worked, great passing, great finishing. My opponent ended up rage quitting, but I only scored 4 goals that game, which is a pretty decent return if you had like 8, 9, maybe 10 shots from the areas I had. But as you can see there, I had 13 shots. And again, all from really good areas that I should be scoring more goals from. It was quite frustrating. I just couldn't get the ball in the back of the net. And into the semi-final we go. We come up against a really nice team. 2 great strikers, a really strong midfield. Is that Toulalan card at CDM is just very good. Nice strong defense, great goalkeeper. A good goalkeeper, not a great goalkeeper. And things started out well for us in this game actually. Very early on, we pick up the ball here with Lacazette, plays it out wide to the left-hand side to Buffal. Buffal hits him with the Magidi spin once in like with no one there. Kind of a pointless skill move. Hits another McGee spin, falls to Ben Arfa. Beautiful fake shot from Ben Arfa, finds a space, shoots and scores. And I think for me, having Ibra and Ben Arfa pushing up into those gaps and having good shooting abilities was really, really strong for me. And it wasn't until the 90th minute that I managed to get my second goal in this game. And even then, it was an own goal. I tried to square it across. His defender touched it in the back of the net for an own goal. So if it weren't for that own goal, if that defender had cleared it instead of, you know, getting the ball in the back of the net, it would have been 1-0 that game in the semi-finals. And once again with a match that's 16 shots, 7 on target. A couple of long shots, but most of them from in and around the penalty spot. And I still only scored 1 goal in the game with the own goal. And into the final we went then, guys. This guy, another really nice team. Ben Arfa, Lacazette, Matuidi, Di Maria, Central, Pastore. Really, really strong defence with 3 team of the season players in there as well. Obviously, I have a full blue team. So you expect me to be doing a good bit of work with here. And it wasn't until the 60th minute that we managed to get a goal here. And Ibrahimovic scoring an absolute peach of a goal. 25, maybe 30 yards out, a lovely finesse shot, finally found the back of the net after me probing away over and over again. And here's I think this is just the second time you see a Buffal clip, like he just really didn't do much. Buffal plays it out wide to Maxwell. Maxwell gets into a nice bit of space, evades a couple of defensive tackles, finds Ben Arfa. Ben Arfa finds Buffal, and Buffal finds the back of the net. And that is a great finish, and that's what you expect from these players. But what I was getting is I was getting into those positions, and they were missing, or the keeper was saving, and just really wasn't very good. And then Maxwell steps up into the box in the 80th minute, shoots with his right foot, scores the goal, makes it 3-0, and that is all she wrote. We end up winning Gonalons with a 3-0 win in the final. So we did only concede 2 goals throughout the whole tournament, in the tournament that I won. But once again in the final, I don't think I show the match stats because of the way this is. I was absolutely dominant, and I could have scored 6 or 7. So really frustrated playing with these players and playing with this team. But we eventually won the card, and I was very happy to do so. So that's the end of the gameplay, guys. Let's go take a look at the team. So guys, we end up winning the Gonalons. It took me far longer than it should. I literally entered the tournament about 6 or 7 times to get there. I tell you something, guys, with that squad that I used, you know, obviously I showed you and built it at the start of the video. It's just woeful, and not because of the midfield either. A lot of people, like specifically on Twitter, were saying to me like, oh, you know, your team's bad because your midfield's too attacking. The midfield was solid, man. Matuidi, Ibra, and Ben Arfa here played really well together. The defense was solid. The attack is just shocking. Let's see how many goals I scored with Lacazette. 3 goals and 3 assists in 8 games with a 92 rated Lacazette with those stats. It's embarrassing. Di Maria 6-3 and 1 in 13. Obviously, I played a few more with him. Buffal 8-3 and 3. Literally, Buffal and Lacazette, exactly the same stats. Comparatively, Matuidi has 1. Ben Arfa has 5 goals from Ben Arfa in 11 games. Zlatan has 3 from 9. This team, it just didn't play well, and I really had to like fight hard. It's not they didn't play well. Like something feels different with the finishing. They just don't finish the ball properly. It's really weird. Like if I remember to, I'll put some like some clips in of Lacazette missing open goals, missing easy finesse shots, missing one-on-ones, like dribbling around a keeper and then putting it wide of the post. Just crazy stuff. Really bad. But I'm super happy to have won this Gonalons now. He is now the 5th and final one that you can win. I've won them all on my main account. I've won 4 of the 5 on my Road to Glory account, which you can follow in the description down below. And his card is really nice. Like, he's actually a card that you'd probably use because he's got medium-high work rates. He's 6'2". He's got good pace, good passing, and great defending and physical. So for an out-and-out CDM, he would be a dream to have in most teams. With that being said, guys, this is going to be the end of the video. So if you did enjoy this, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.